What's up, Barndo Bros? Thank you for joining our channel. As you know, we finished our Barndominium last week and I showed you the big reveal. And I've talked numerous times about how we were owner builders and we did not use a general contractor. Well, what if I told you that building your own home without a general contractor isn't as crazy as people might think? Being an owner builder is one of the most talked about paths to building your home and also one of the most misunderstood. Some people think that you have to be a professional contractor, while others think it's illegal, and some think that you'll save hundreds of thousands with no stress. Well, today we're breaking down the 10 biggest myths about being an owner builder, and I'll tell you what's actually true. If you're thinking about building your own home, especially something like a Barndominium like we did, or a custom home, this video could save you a lot of money and a lot of headaches. All right, let's go with myth number one, and that one is you have to be a contractor. This is probably the biggest myth. You do not have to be a licensed contractor or general contractor to be an owner builder in most states. Of course, you need to check your regulations in your county and your state, wherever you live, but you're allowed to act as a general contractor for your own home. So it has to be for you. You cannot be selling your house here in Florida. You're supposed to keep your house for at least, I think, a minimum of 2 years. So all you need is permits, inspections, and you need licensed tradesmen like electrical, plumbing, HVAC. Remember that you're managing the project. You're not doing everything yourself unless you're capable of. All right, let's go with myth number two. You have to do all the work yourself. Not true. A lot of people think owner builder means you're out there pouring concrete and wiring the whole house. Not true. Being an owner builder means you hire subcontractors, you schedule them, pay them, and coordinate the build. I mean, you could do some of the work yourself if you're comfortable with it, but you don't have to. So you're basically just a project manager. Myth number three is that you'll save a ton of money no matter what. Yes, you could save money, but it's not automatic, right? So you could save by cutting out the general contractor fee, which is between usually 10 to 25%. I usually see 15 to 20%. That's usually what they charge off the top of the whole build. You need to avoid overpriced change orders. That's very important. And also, one of the most important parts is shopping for materials yourself. Do not go to a single place, shop around. You can also lose money, okay? So if you make mistakes, if you delay the project, and you hire bad subcontractors. So owner building rewards people who are organized. Myth number four is that banks will not touch you and will not finance as an owner builder. That one is somewhat true. So some banks won't touch owner builders, but usually many local banks and some credit unions will do it. Usually what you'll need is you'll need a solid budget. So we had to do, to the bank that we found out of Kansas City, we had to do a line item by line item construction cost and the contractor name. So we had to get that all done first. You need, obviously you're gonna need some construction plans. You need a schedule, so when the work starts and when you plan to be finished, and sometimes you'll need someone with construction experience. I didn't experience that, but usually local banks and credit unions are a little more lenient at that. So it could be a little bit harder than a normal mortgage, but it's very, very doable. Myth number five is that it's illegal and it's not allowed. Well, that one is totally false. That's not 1 ounce of truth to that. When most states, owner building is completely legal, and in fact, it's written into building codes. The only rule is that you're building it for yourself, not to immediately sell the house and sell it as a business. You can't do that as an owner builder. You're supposed to keep it here in Florida for a minimum of 2 years. Myth number six is that subcontractors will not work with you. Some won't, but you will have plenty that will, right? So the good subs care about getting paid on time, clear communication, and not dealing with chaos. So if you're professional and organized, most subs are happy to work with you as an owner builder. You got to understand that these guys work for general contractors that might have 10 to 100 projects going at a time. So they'll get to you, but it's going to take a little bit longer. Myth number seven is inspectors will be harder on you. This one is actually a myth. Inspectors do not care who the builder is. They care if the work meets code. If anything, being an owner builder often makes you more careful because it's your house and it's your money. Myth number eight, it's way more stressful than hiring a builder. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. It is more hands-on and it could cause you some stress. I was stressed, but hiring a builder doesn't mean zero stress either. You still deal with delays, budget issues, communication problems. The difference is with owner builder, you're in control. Instead of hoping someone else does it right, you're making sure that it gets done right. Myth number nine, you need construction experience. Is it helpful? Yes. Is it required? No. What you really need is organization, willingness to learn, ability to communicate well with all the subcontractors, and basic common sense. You can learn almost anything and everything on YouTube these days, forums, inspectors, and talking to other subcontractors. Myth number 10 is that it takes forever. It could take a little bit longer, but it doesn't have to. So most delays come from poor scheduling, waiting too long to order materials, not lining up your subs in advance. If you plan well, an owner-built home can be built in a normal timeline. It might take a little bit longer, like I said before, to get your subs to come work to your project because they're busy with the big general contractors, but it will happen. All right, those were the 10 myths that I cleared up about being an owner-builder. But being an owner-builder isn't for everyone. But if you want more control, you want to save some money, and are you willing to learn, it can be one of the most rewarding ways to build your dream home. You'll understand your house better than anyone because you're managing the project. You'll know where and every wire and every pipe is in your house, and you'll have the pride of saying, I built this. See ya.